Hi everyone, in the last video we discussed the decision of how to set up a facility given the volume, transportation rate and the corresponding coordinate. Now let's try to implement in the data set in that spreadsheet. In this data set, it has 12 sites as the demand locations, and then it includes 5 possible distribution centers: Site 1, Site 4, Site 7, 9, and 12. Therefore, we set up the equation mechanism here. For instance, if we want to check whether it is good to set up Site 4, then we need to calculate the demand weighted distance. So, for example, now, if the Site 1 is supported by the Site 4, the corresponding weighted distance will be equal to the distance times the volume, so that in this formula. So now let's try to implement that logic. It will be equal to the square root the corresponding x minus the target locations at Site 4, then giving the power plus the y coordinate minus the target site power 2. Like that. We need an additional bracket. This will give us the distance. Now let's try to make that at the weighted distance demand. It will be equal to that distance times the volume times the transportation rate. Yes. Then we can use that formula to try for the rest. It will give us the total transportation cost as 13,537. Let's compute the rest. So for Site 1, we just copy the formula. Instead, now we change the target locations here. Also, for Site 7, we just do the same. By that, we change the target location at cell B9 and C9. For Site 9, it will be 11 and change 9 to be 11. Finally, let's try. It will be 14, C14. Once we have done that, we can copy and paste for the rest. By that, we will find out setting up the initial facility in Site 9 will give us the minimum value. Now, let's see if we can set up an additional site to achieve a higher saving. We consider 2 options. The first option is the combination between Site 4 and Site 9, and the second option is about Site 7 and Site 9. So let's try. So if we support by Site 4, it will be equal to that column. Then Site 1 will be supported by either 4 or 9. So whether this site will be supported by Site 4 or 9, it depends on it can achieve some saving. In other words, we want to check which one is minimum in terms of the cost. So we want to check about the cost for these 2 parts. Then finally, the selected supporting site will be equal to that minimum number. If that number holds, then it will be managed by site 4, otherwise it will be managed by site 9. Based on this logic, now let's try. By setting up those numbers, we can see for site 1 it will be supported by site 4, then up until here, site 6 will be supported by site 9. Through this combination, it will give us the total transportation cost at 8,265, which results in 2,038 cost saving. Now, let's check the second option. We follow the similar logic to see site 7 and site 9. Again, check the minimum for both parts. If that minimum number is equal to site 7, then we identify this is site 7 as the support distribution. Otherwise, it will be 9. Then, through this method, we can compare both options, option 2 and option 1. And the selected color help us to identify whether the site will be supported by which location. For option 2, the transportation cost is $8,007, which gives us 2,297 cost saving. Therefore, when we compare both option 1 and option 2, we will find out option 2 will be better. The option 2 is to combine site 7 and 9 to give us the higher cost saving. Thank you.